It's been a real kind of bucket list moment. I've come every year with my mum, and I've brought my mum today. So to have some work in the show is incredible.
I'm really, really delighted to be chosen and in such a beautiful room.
Oh, it's just amazing to be actually exhibited with all these other artists. It's the most brilliant experience, and it's so beautifully hung as well.
It is just fantastic. It's the best place to have your work hanging. A great accolade and a great honour, and this is the 5th time I've been in here, so I love it.
My work is actually made of fire and it's etched onto the paper. So it's a little bit like invisible ink, drawing with basically lemon juice and then heating afterwards to basically etch the work onto the paper. That's how it's done.
There are 2 works here. This is called Thunder and Shimshek, which is a 1:20 scale model of the British Pavilion in Venice. And this is the pan stick that we use to play these 2 giant steel pans. They're a reflection on my hybrid identity.
My wife's father-in-law had a cousin, and he was the local undertaker. When he passed away, he left boxes and boxes of nails. I decided, what am I going to do with these? Well, with my knowledge of bonsai and working in the countryside, I decided to make a tree.
It's made with materials that came out of a house sort of in a state of disrepair. So it's made of rust from old floorboard nails, brambles from the garden, brick dust from some of the old bricks, and soot from the old fireplaces. It's like a kind of record of the house, but also the materials creating something new out of it.
It's basically a self-portrait. It took me almost the whole of my pregnancy and had to keep kind of changing the drawing because my belly got bigger. And I wanted to draw something that show who I am and a sense of what I am, like an artist, a doctor, and that now I'm a mom, that I'm married, and all kind of things that I associate with myself.
So this one is called Menopause Almost Empty, and this one is called Menopause Almost Full. With the surge of women taking more HRT, there has been some lack of HRT being available. So it was that sort of worry of, once you're on your last final pill, will you be able to get your next prescription?
Well, the work is actually a photograph which is then printed. The buttons are my grandmother's buttons. She was a dressmaker, and when she died I inherited her button box. And this is one of the cards of buttons with some missing, so it's my loss of her is the loss of the buttons.
This is a print which is celebrating that wonderful part of London, the South Bank. I love it down there, just underneath Waterloo Bridge. It's got a kind of downtown New York feel to it to me, and I just wanted to do something that celebrated it. One of those evenings when I'm drifting through the South Bank and there's life happening in that bar and in that cultural hub.
These 3 works on this stand are photogravures, and these 2 are made with the stoppers from wine decanters. I felt they looked a little bit like bombs, so it's like stop drinking, stop bombing, or you might end up like that.
The man in front here is Benjamin Zephaniah, who recently passed away. He's a writer and poet. He's getting you to question whether AI fully understands artwork and whether it can create artwork. I'm not necessarily trying to tell you the answer. However, that was a question I was looking at.
I love the summer show because there's always good drawing here. There's always good printmaking, good draftsmanship, and it's just wonderful to see artists from all walks of life showing their work together, professional, amateur. I think the distinction's blurred and you come in here and just judge the work. Long may the summer exhibition run.